All right. Are we live? Perfect. We are. Hello, everyone. My name is Nutmeg, and welcome to tonight's Just Cooking and Chatting stream. How's everyone doing? Let me set up something real quick. There we go. Okay. There we go. I got it. Anyways, it is Monday. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week so far. It is getting hot here in Texas, and I'm slowly getting acclimated to it. Anyways, tonight we're gonna cook a budget meal, which is just cheap noodles with some vegetables. That's it. But this is actually one of my favorite meals when I am broke, which I currently am. So I hope everyone will follow this recipe because I think anyone can make it. Now, usually this takes 2 stoves because I gotta boil the pasta and then stir fry the vegetables, but I'm gonna have to do it the hard way. So technically this recipe is actually easier than I make it out to be. As long as you have access to a good kitchen and 2 stoves, then you should be okay. So what's the first thing to do then? Water. I usually use tap water, but understand that because I'm cooking in the living room, I do not have access to my faucet. Cooking like this is actually kind of a pain in the ass. But if I can do it, I think you guys can do it too. Now just wait for it to boil. In the meantime, I'm going to use Walmart brand spaghetti because it is the cheapest and most accessible ones. I do like the Italian brand ones like DiCecco, but they're out of it and they're also a little bit more expensive. So think of it as me doing you guys a favor. Anyways, alright, let's go. Wait for the water to boil, and then in a moment, we're gonna add some pepper, some garlic, some famine style veggies, and then some red chili flakes. It shouldn't be too hard for you guys, should it? I hope not.
Hello.
Hey, is that you, Ned?
Yep.
Alright. Sorry, I decided to just go full on, whatchamacallit, YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's
So-
fine.
It's no worries. I could always go back to Twitch, but just understand that it is a little bit the lag. After studying up on the whatchamacallit, the rendering and the encoding, the multi-chat is just taking up too much of the too much time. I mean, you saw how bad the lag was, right?
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
And you were watching on Twitch. And funny thing is, Twitch actually has priority over YouTube. So imagine how bad it was for people who are watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's fine. I have the YouTube stream pulled up, muted, of course.
Yeah, I know. I see you on Discord. I add a little bit more, and so far, my little YouTube shorts is actually doing pretty well, even though none of them is going viral. I did get a couple of subscribers and people wishing like, hey, maybe I could join if I have some time. So hopefully it's only a matter of time that we get some new viewers and new chatters in here. Every day, I just cook something, Monday through Thursday. And then meanwhile, that said, if you guys want me to play more games, horror games specifically, I will. It's just that, you know, because of the size of my wallet right now, no can do.
Also, I started watching a Undertale playthrough, and I think I'm enjoying the game so far.
Oh, you started playing it?
Oh, no, I started watching a playthrough. That's how I usually do it with most games.
Oh, come on, you should start playing it. Go in blind. It'll make it so much more fun. I promise you it's a good game. Alright.
Yeah, I just decided because one night I meant to start earlier, but then some stuff came up, and I just decided to watch playthrough again as much as I can because I thought there was going to be a stream, and I wanted to do it before then.
I see. Hey,
What do you
Andreas,
think
welcome.
I having? Oh, what?
What am I cooking today? Budget pasta. Basically, just take some pasta, spaghetti you have, and then stir fry with some vegetables. That's it. It's a Mediterranean, or rather a budget dish. One that I've cooked many, many times when I was in the dorm. Go ahead, Ned. I was talking to Andreas here. Feel free to join us in the Discord if you like.
But yeah, even actually having played, I think I'm enjoying
Watching it?
what I'm seeing.
Just watching it?
Yeah, I think I am. I think I'm enjoying the watch.
I don't think Undertale is too expensive right now, is it? I think it's like $10, and it's definitely worth it. It'll stick with you. And if you don't think that it's you can also play Undertale Yellow, which is a fan game on Game Jolt. Feel free to download it. It's a lot harder than Undertale. And it's the story-wise, I don't know if it's canon, but it's definitely a prequel. And I enjoyed it immensely as well. I would go as far as to say that it's probably my favorite fan games so far that I played, alongside with Joy of Creation. Although they're both different, they're different kind of games, if you know what I mean. It's not exactly fair to compare them.
Yeah.
Alright, now my water's partially boiling.
Like, yeah, right now I'm at the part with Alphys, like after the lab area.
Oh, you're in the Hotland. I see.
Yeah.
That's pretty close to the... That's pretty close, though, to the end. You're pretty close. I don't know who you're watching, though. Markiplier, Koryax Genshin, or something?
I was going to watch Markiplier, but then I realized he streamed the game, and I prefer to not watch stream VODs.
Okay, makes
Because-
sense.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, I just prefer not to because oftentimes it's just the raw VOD.
So it's just a playthrough, a blind... it's not a completely blind playthrough. Someone knows what they're doing. They're just walking you through
No,
the story. Is that right?
They've played the game before.
Okay. So they're just introducing
there's-
it to you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
May I ask what route he's on? The player is on?
What they're playing the game on.
No, what route?
What browser?
Like, what ending are they trying to achieve?
Oh, the pacifist ending. Yes.
Okay, then they have not eliminated anyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because when I first played it, I went through all 3 routes. I went in blind, and obviously I got the neutral, because I didn't know what I was doing. And then I immediately went back to playing pacifist, and then after maybe about a few weeks or month, and then yeah, that's when I got, because people said they wanted me to do the Geno, which is the opposite of pacifist. You know what that means. And it kind of traumatized me. Although the best boss fights are in Geno route.
I would be interested to see what all 3 routes are.
In terms of what you're watching, it's nothing compared to what you feel when you play it, because it's a very simple game. You can see in the gameplay, right? And you have to... I don't know if the player is talking to the NPCs to know some of their stories. They're not that deep, but they're good enough for this, like a couple of playthroughs. And it's really, really fun, you know? And some of the decision that you make or did not make, oh man. Oh, I gotta ask you, even though the story and the characters are great and the combat is pretty good, my favorite thing about Undertale, as with most of my favorite games to play, is always the music. Phenomenal music.
Oh yeah, the music's great so far, I think.
Very simplistic, yet it gets emotional at times too. And I gotta say, go Go ahead, sorry.
I've been wanting to make a second playlist, but I don't know how to go about that. And I thought maybe if I made a Undertale playlist, like a music playlist dedicated to that.
An Undertale playlist? Well, the thing is, if you want to have all the music, you're gonna have to play through all 3 routes. And unfortunately, some of the best musics that I play that in the entire game is actually in the Geno route because of the boss fight. Unfortunately, but man, it slaps hard.
But yeah, I do plan again to see all the different endings and routes.
I'd say that, I mean, usually I don't mind it if you, if you watch the game first. But I will say that if you really like the game, go ahead and just start playing it. Because if the guy is playing on neutral route, maybe you understand. But then Pacifist and Geno route is something that I believe that you really have to experience rather than just watching it. But that's just my take. No.
Yeah, it's completely fine. Again, I am sure that it's 2 different experiences for what you've described.
Alright. Now I was also, I wouldn't say bawling my eyes out, but I did get quite teary-eyed at some of the choices that I made. I did. There's a reason I bought Undertale twice. Because I did neutral, pacifist, then Geno. And then after that, I just couldn't stomach at what I've done. You know how it is. So that was quite fun.
There's actually a few games I would like to check out. You know, like, for example, Hollow Knight is one I've been wanting to look at more.
Oh, I know that one. Yep.
I've only seen a bit of gameplay and that's it. I've never really, like, seen the full thing at all. But I think it looks interesting.
It does look sick. However, I'm just saying that I can't play because it's pretty hard. It's an action, a platforming kind of game. Ori and the Blind Forest and stuff. I would love to be good at these games, but a lot of these indie games are these kind of gameplays, but I can't handle it. You should see how bad I played Mario. I just can't do it. And the last thing I want you guys to look or watch is basically me screwing around, attempting to the most basic of the basics and fucking around in an hour. And that's why I didn't do it. I tried. I'd really tried.
Yeah. There's a lot of these indie games that I've seen, and I think I would like them, but I haven't really delved into anything regarding them yet.
Really?
Yeah. This other one, Celeste, I
don't
really know anything about that one. But I think it looks interesting.
I think it's the girl from Indie Cross, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the one. I wasn't familiar with her gameplay.
But
Yo, Zoop. Yo, Zoop, what's up? Zoop's here. Actually made it before the meal was done. Sick. Is that right? Well, welcome, buddy. Well, this is a budget meal, just letting you know. It's just vegetables and noodles. And this usually would be so much easier if I had a colander or the sink or something, because my god, this is tedious. Cooking everything in one pan is not really all that intuitive. But yeah, this is my one of my favorite meals. Hopefully it does look good to you guys. Usually I add a little bit more butter, but obviously I don't I want to keep it a little bit more on the budget-friendly side. And that's pretty much it. Just make sure your noodles are not overcooked. I can tell right now this is al dente because I can just feel it by touching it and looking at it. The sauce is made from the juice of the vegetables and the oil that you put in, and the garlic and the seasoning. That's pretty much it. Hold on. Can you give me the salt? I forgot. Get on medium to medium low heat. And if you need more water, then just add more water. The way I season this is with just salt and a little bit of lime. But because I don't have any lime, thank you. I don't have any lime. I'm just gonna use some rice vinegar because this is all I have right now. Okay, you can use white vinegar, which is even cheaper. So just a splash. That's it. If you like the way that it looks right now, go ahead and eat it. If you want it to be a little bit thicker, cook it a little bit more. But yeah, this pasta is perfect for me as of right now. How does it look, guys?
Oh, I think it looks pretty good.
If I had a white plate. Hey mom, can you give me a white plate? To make this restaurant-ish like, you just need one of those noodle forks, whatever they're called. I don't have that, but I do have something better. It's called these. Universal. You think the Chinese can cook anything with these. Just chopsticks and a wok. Wok can do everything. It can sear meat, it can boil water, you can steam stuff with it, you can put it in the oven. Well, not this one, but it's super cool. Alright, that's the consistency that I want. See, it's not, well, I don't know how you guys can see it. It's not, it's just enough to coat everything. But it's also very light. Hold on.
Yeah,
Alright.
Have you heard of this one indie game? It's called Night in the Woods.
Something I did not know until I did more research is that if the
It's
body
one of
is
my.
too hot, it simply will not
I really like that
This
game.
could be the
If
reason
you've
why you
ever
feel like you
heard of
get 40
it.
hours of sleep, but still are exhausted in the morning.
I'll
However,
check it out.
I have the solution.
It sounds interesting. There's just too many indie games, in my opinion. And not everyone, there's indie shooters, there's indie platformers. And as you can tell that, what would you describe Undertale gameplay as like?
A lot of dodging, different hacks.
Reminds me of those classic old school, whatchamacallit, rail shooters, right? Except without the shooting.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. I put it up for you. What do you think? It's pretty good, right? It's super simple. Give me some feedback. I love it. Just let me know how it is. This costs less than $3 to make. And you can see that I barely got out of my chair. So I hope you guys are at least impressed by my skills. And plus, this is very nutritious. Vegetables, garlic, and pasta. Flavored with some acidity, some salt. This is Western food though. Believe it or not, I actually have a Western palate more than an Asian palate. But I like steaks, I like pasta and stuff. Asians, it's more about stir fries. So, Ned, all good? Since you're the only one on Discord call, you think this is pretty good, right? Would you eat it?
Yeah, I would. I think it looks pretty darn solid.
Oh yeah, thank you. You can all, sprinkle some cheese in there, some, I don't know, some Parmesan if you like, but again, we're keeping this under around $3. Everything I'm cooking is exactly what I eat in college, and with the limited amount of equipment that I have. So if I can do it on a goddamn plastic table, you guys can certainly do it at home. Trust me. All right, Mom. Here you go. Your dinner. It's funny I don't get to eat my dinner now. I'm fasting right now. Cut. Look good, huh? The thing with my mom is that she never really praises me for my food. The only thing she says is, "It's all right." But the only way that I know that she'll appreciate, that I know that she thinks is good, is that if the plate is clean, and that's how you know that you've done a good job. Anyways, have you met? If you were in the Hot Labs, I assume that you still have not. You have not seen the part where you fight Mettaton.
Oh, I've seen that character. Like I said, past the lab area.
You just got past the lab, so you just entered the Hotland. So you have not gone on the show, right?
I haven't seen like the second encounter with the character, but I know it's coming up.
Okay. Then I would say that be prepared, because once you see him, his fight is actually quite good. But I promise you, it's, in my opinion, on it. Hey, what's up? Is that you, Zoop? Oh, welcome. It's just a Just Chatting stream tonight, and I'm talking to Ned about Undertale. He has not played it, but instead is just watching it, and I'm explaining it to him how in the upcoming section against Mettaton, in my opinion, it is arguably my favorite song coming up, Death by Glamour. That song is so good. It's so memeable and so hip. And I was not expecting it. Oh wait, it's Edrian, right? It's not Zoop, it's Edrian?
Yep.
Well, whoever it is. I can't see the Discord of where you guys are calling, by the way. So, my bad.
You suggested for now.
What's that? Come again?
Oh, hello.
I can barely hear you. Your voice is cutting out.
Sorry.
All good? Your voice is clear right there. Ed? Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, I know, Ned, you're here. I'm saying the other ones. Now I think I got 4 people in here. I think it's Zoop and Edrian. Maybe Andreas is back? Anyways, guys, I'm doing a Just Chatting stream every night, Monday to Thursday. Why? Because it's cheaper than me playing games, and I get to cook and eat, and I get to chat with you guys. I find it a lot more fun. I know before this stream, Markiplier actually just started playing Secrets of the Mimic, and I'm not exactly surprised most everyone would go watch it. I have an inclination to go watch it as well. But, I gotta hold it in. I gotta hold it, okay? I will only play Secrets of the Mimic once VR comes out. I think that game is that game, they advertise it as a VR game, yet they didn't come out with it, so it kind of pissed me off. But once they release the patch, then I will play it. You guys can actually talk to me just like this while in VR. I cannot read chat, but you guys can talk.
Actually, fun fact, I don't really watch Markiplier that much, which is kind of funny, because I like a lot of indie horror type stuff. But yeah, I don't really watch him like that.
Mark's funny. I think I don't watch Mark because he's actually around my age. I should have started YouTube or streaming when I heard about them, or rather, they're around my age. Mark is like maybe a year older than me or younger than me, around the same age. I don't know how old he is, but I was in that earlier generation of PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye, but I never really watched them because they play horror games, and as you can tell, I was not into horror, so I never understood that. So that's why I never tuned into them. They got big at the Markiplier because of his Five Nights at Freddy's, and then PewDiePie I know is because that other game, what was it called? Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Amnesia: The Dark Descent, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one. Neither of those games were interesting to me. I think during that time I might still be into my Call of Duty phase, and then I was slowly losing patience. I've told a story about that. I was in the COD 2 lobby, and I was not having a good time. At the same time, I was playing with a lot of my friends. Didn't want to play competitively with me. Why? Because the game that I played mostly was either COD 2 or Super Smash Brawl, and not many people can beat me in that game. I'm not saying I'm as good as the competitive scene, but I was certainly the best in my whole neighborhood. I still remember my friend going out, like putting out flyers asking, like, is anyone can beat this asshole? I'll pay you like $10 for it. No one came. Well, a few came, and I still smoked them. So then I stopped Smash, and that was pretty much the end of any multiplayer game that I played. That's why I never touched Fortnite or anything above that. And I slowly focused more on single player games. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. But slowly and surely, all the single player games have gotten a little bit duller and duller. Bloating with the open world stuff. And so, yeah. That was my thing. And of course Live came as well.
I see.
Believe me, I miss those times. I still... It sounds cheesy, like dogging on the newer generation on games and stuff, right? But I think I had a pretty good childhood in terms of entertainment. I grew up with the internet, not when the internet is still there. I still remember everyone who was rich in my school, like pretty popular and wealthy. They were the first to have cell phones. I never had a cell phone before. And if you guys didn't know, the first cell phone I had was this. Motorola Razr, I think it's called. This one. This was my first cell phone. And it was the coolest thing I've ever had. The texting sucked. So, yeah, this is what I had. This is exactly what it looked like. It didn't have any internet. If you did, it would charge you like $30 for it. Every text message you send also costs money. And you have limited amount of time in terms of calls. You have like 500 minutes or something like that. So we rarely used it. So that was fun.
I'm working on the next game right now. It's being a pain.
Really? Or? Well, let me know when it's ready. Like I said, I'm always into these new games.
I will gladly let you know.
Sounds good. I'm thinking about streaming that once I'm done with most of the games you guys recommended. I'm thinking about going back to Game Jolt, and there was this one that I wanted to play. That's Pizzeria Simulator, but VR.
Oh, yeah.
I might give it another try. I tried this and I think I tried to stream this, and it kept crashing or something was wrong with the inputs and stuff. But I can tell you, this was quite scary for me. Having a big giant black window to your left and right, and I saw the jump scares. You guys had trouble on stream, had trouble seeing it, but it was pretty incredible. This is why I'm waiting on the Secrets of the Mimic VR version, and why I was so disappointed they did not have it at launch. I would have been perfectly fine if they delayed it a couple of months so we can have the full thing. Because I'm sure that with Steel Wool, kind of like Security Breach, I'm going to assume, you guys can check on this, that there's going to be plenty of bugs in the first installment. A couple of crashes, maybe here and there, but maybe that's part of the charm, you know.
But yeah, I really like Pizzeria Simulator. It might be one of my top FNAF games. I don't know exactly where, I just know it's up there.
Well, it's up on the top 3 or 5, I guess, usually. Mine has always been FNAF 4, if you're talking about the OGs. It's hardest one is definitely FNAF 2. And then I did not finish Sister Location in FNAF 3 because I was playing on the controller, if you guys remember. So that was a big handicap. And then afterwards, I did Security Breach and Help Wanted 1 and 2 as well. And I don't know, I don't find them as scary. What's that?
Finally got this stupid piece of code to work. Took me long
Nice.
enough.
Aren't you? If you guys want to do more game development, I'm very, very interested in that. Although I don't think I will ever be a developer, because I find that there's a
I would
major
recommend
difference.
If you ever
Uh,
if you ever start coding stuff, I would recommend starting with Scratch because it's the easiest program to learn. It's block code, and when you get more advanced, you can move on to other stuff. That's just me.
Makes sense. I personally am not that intuitive when it comes to developing games. I wouldn't know what kind of games to develop. Even though I'm pretty good at RPGs, I kind of understood it, but there's a difference between playing it, understanding what they're trying to do, and then just making something. I learned that. There's also, I really like action games, hack and slash, like Devil May Cry, but I know like the frame rates and all that stuff, they take an incredible amount of time to make as well. All this testing.
Sorry. The thing with
Go ahead.
developing is you also have to keep in mind of how the player will view the game, like how they will play it too.
Exactly.
Because, as the developer, you know exactly what each piece of code does and everything. But the player, they don't know that.
Exactly. But that's why I probably, if I ever prefer to do a development, I would probably go somewhere along the side of visual novels, because technically it's not really a game. It's just purely click. Yep, it's just story. And then you got anime arts right there, and with AI and ChatGPT, you can get it pretty easily. You just have to write the dialogue, and depending on how long you want it to be, I guess the main gameplay that I find with these visual novels is either decision making, and the ones that really fucks with me would be the one that kind of hacks your computer. I had that experience with Doki Doki, and then the other one was Kanito Pet. That one was pretty cool, even though that one's not really a visual novel. I would look into that as well. That one was pretty fun. Anyways, I would look into. I probably would do that one, and I would probably stick to horror and romance, because there's not enough yandere in this world, in my opinion. Don't stick your little wee wee in crazy in the real world, but we can do it. Maybe we can try to do it in the in the video game, huh?
Never mind.
It's true. I would never want to get in a relationship with a yandere in real life. That's crazy. I met crazy girls before. Okay. I just don't want to, I don't want to know them. Stay as far away from them as possible, because they'll ruin you.
Nowhere.
They're not. How do I say it? I met one, and I saw it pretty early on that she was gonna go crazy, because she was one of those, whatchamacallit, I'm not gonna give you her name. She's one of those, I don't want to have, what was this called? She said something like, when I leave this world, I want to leave as little of a footprint in this world as possible. And she went on all this crazy diets, like tree hugging style, to the extreme. And he was like, I don't want to be around here. And later down the line, I heard she attended college and she went nuts. Multicolored hair, and just what's funny is that she's also Asian. So you assume that she'd probably be an engineer or doctor or something like that. But no, she went to study liberal arts or literature or something like that. And I think in the end she became Mormon or something. That was the end of it. I heard this is all from second or third hand news. If she's happy, great. But I never ever want to do that. There was another girl that I knew who I did not knew until later on that she had a drinking problem. Okay, girls drink, men drink as well. But then later I found out that she actually hit and run and actually killed somebody. So it was drunk driving manslaughter. And when she got released, she has absolutely no empathy for the victim at all, and she still kept drinking. That's when I know those are the people in general you just stay away from. You don't need to talk to them. They'll probably mess up your life. They'll get in trouble with them. They'll bring you down. Kind of a mess, man. Yeah.
Sounds like one.
Man, I don't know. I just But then again, my decisions, most of my decisions have been mostly business based, so that's why I've never really hung out with too many girls. It's usually work, streaming, YouTube, games, and that's pretty much it. I went on dates before when I was like 23, 24, but then as I went on dates, I realized two things. One is that a lot of them are just using you for food. There's a term called foodie call. If you guys heard of that, they're just playing on your emotions. I didn't take them to anywhere too expensive. The best is probably a sushi restaurant, like $50 per person. That was it. Nothing crazy expensive. And then that was also another time when there's false allegations started. I believe you guys, and then a couple of years later, it had a name. I believe you guys know it as the Me Too movement, right? So I saw a video where the guy was driving home a girl trying to break up with her. And in essence, she disagreed and she was drunk as hell. And she literally jumped out of the car on the road. And if it wasn't for, she actually fell onto the road. Later filed a police report on him. He got arrested. But he got saved because his car had a dash cam. And then he got released. And knowing that, when I was starting to make good money, I didn't want my life to be ruined by that. And there's also, of course, the two words, I'm pregnant. If I hear that, even now, I was like, oh man, my life is screwed. Because you gotta take responsibility and all that stuff. Not something that I'm prepared for. So just be careful. Like one night of fun, one moment of fun can kind of ruin your life. Just be smart about it and you'll be fine. Damn, this is getting kind of into a relationship thing and getting into something a little bit more serious and a little bit dark. Sorry to bring down the mood, guys.
It's cool.
I'm just hoping I can teach someone, because I have friends who are, most of my friends, believe it or not, are actually married, and they stayed married. And guess what? What surprised me most is that they're Caucasian, they're white. The ones who got married and divorced are actually Asians that I know of, which is very surprising to me. One of them actually divorced within like a couple months, and I followed with him like 2-3 years later. He came to my city to visit. I was like, oh, how's your wife doing? You guys got a kid yet? He's like, we've been separate. We divorced after like a couple months. I was like, what do you mean? I attended your wedding. And he's like, yeah. She basically just one day just came up to me and says, I think we got married too early. Just left. He was no slouch either. He was a doctor, radiologist. So he was making good money in California. And hearing this, I was like, man, I hope he didn't have to divide your assets. I didn't ask too much after that. For Asians to get divorced just like that, it's kind of baffling to me, because we're very, very family oriented, and I don't know what the hell is happening there. I hope you guys do find your, I wouldn't call soulmate, but someone you do love eventually. Just be smart about it, alright?
Yeah,
but,
hopefully. Not really interested in finding anyone at the moment.
Well, you guys are still young.
Yeah.
You guys are still young. Anyways, yeah, this is usually how I chill with my friends down the line, with just having some music in the background, me cooking something. Usually I cook for everyone. Imagine if you guys are at my house right now, you guys would be scrunching up that meal. My mom finished it, and now I'm feeling kind of hungry because I didn't even get to taste my own food. Great. But whatever. Anyways, you all saw Markiplier playing it. Anyone here actually seen?
I did not go to a stream, but I did.
Go ahead.
I did not go to a stream, but I did see it on my feed.
I saw it too. Yeah. Man, seems like I'm the only one who was still waiting on it. Don't blame me, okay? First of all, I have a good reason, and it's that I still have a catalog of games that I want to play. And then afterwards, I want to play it, but I want to wait for the VR. For the very little, but some of you guys might not check out his stream, but I'm sure some of you might have seen the gameplay, right? I have never seen one trailer. I've only seen the teaser, and unfortunately, one of you guys messed up spoiled it for me by letting me know that it is a semi-free roaming game. So that's how little I know about the game. I do not know what timeline.
It's not the worst spoil.
It's not the worst spoil? Yeah, I know. That's why I say I didn't mind it. Just keep everything else, you know, tight-lipped. And it's a semi-free roaming game. I do not know who's the main character. Are we playing as Michael Afton, or are we playing as Gregory? Is it a continuation of Security Breach or something else in alternate universe? FNAF timeline has just gotten so crazy insane to me that I don't even think I can keep up.
It's gone wonky, that's for sure.
It's got that Marvel's multiverse theory. Another reason I don't watch Marvel movies anymore. I pretty much stopped a long time ago. Go ahead.
Honestly, I'm fine with the sort of wacky FNAF timeline. Like, I still enjoy the story and the lore that there is, I think. Even if it's very confusing, I still like it.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but do we really go for FNAF because of the story or the deep characters and stuff? No, I don't. I just found it's like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, we're in another timeline. We're playing as someone else. Great, no problem. Here's an Easter egg to the original. Great, no problem. So it's not something that I have to actually take seriously. But I do take seriously, is it going to be scary? And when I saw the Mimic, do I find it scary by looking at it? Not really. I think, for some reason, clowns don't scare me that much. In fact, they actually kind of piss me off. They kind of make me mad, and I just want to punch them. So it'll make an interesting gameplay when I do eventually get to the game. But no spoilers.
Me personally, when it comes to games I'm usually more invested in like the story and stuff. Like, I enjoy a good story, especially horror.
With AI,
Well, the thing with horror is that there's so many variety of it, and wouldn't you guys agree that if all horror would take the next big step if it actually goes into VR? Huh? Imagine that. There's no doubt about it. I don't need. If I play Call of Duty on VR, I would get sick because of the motion sickness and the wonky controls and stuff. You understand VR games? I'll tell you guys this. VR games is actually very easy. Why? Because they gotta take into consideration of the lag and the wonky controls that you have to with your setup, depending on your computer as well, right? But the atmosphere is absolutely, yeah. So that's why I think that I said this on stream a couple of times. But if the next big thing is gonna be VR implementation, and people just haven't figured it out yet. Because right now we are in a cycle of remakes. Persona 4 that's coming up next. That's going to be the game that I'm looking forward to most so far. We're not exactly in a world where it's like there's a lot of intuition, like new IPs, especially AAA games. You know. Zoop is saying VR ports are way too uncommon and it's a huge bummer. That's the thing though, because I don't think VR really needs to... the thing that makes VR hard, in my opinion, is the motion controls. But I don't really need motion controls. I don't mind playing, let's say, Silent Hill or Resident Evil if I can just have that pure atmosphere. To be able to just look left and right with your eyes, and now without turning your head, it's already got me pretty immersed. It's like watching a movie on a TV like this, and then you see it on IMAX, if you get what I mean, right? There's a scene, I'm sure you guys seen The Dark Knight, Batman, right? The movie. There's a scene where in the early movie, where Batman jumps down from the skyscraper and fly around. He was like in Hong Kong or something, and I remember seeing that in IMAX, and I was in the middle seat. And when he jumped down, how big that screen was, because I have a height phobia, it almost made me piss my pants because of how unbelievably immersive it was. So right now, if you want an example, if you have a VR set, just go on YouTube, and there are like 8K 360 videos, and some of them are not even 360. 360 means you can look all over the place, up and down, left and right, whatever. But there are also like 8K videos just purely in front. You don't need to move your head, and the controls are still your mouse and keyboard. But as long as you have that visual immersion, I think that's all you really need with VR.
But yeah, when it comes to like horror stuff, my two main things are like story and atmosphere.
Agreed. But isn't VR help with the atmosphere? A lot?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think
VR does help immerse you into the game.
Exactly. And with horror, a lot of it is really just atmosphere, right? Because with horror games, the story is more of a mystery. You slowly find clues here and there, right? But in the beginning, it's like all about atmosphere from beginning to end. And that's why I think we need to have that in VR. You don't need to give me motion controls if you're not good with it. And Zoop is saying Resident Evil 7 had that mode. I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 8 forces you to have motion controls. That's the thing though. It's VR comes with motion controls, and I don't necessarily agree that it has to do that. But let's say if they take the games that are available right now, and just upscaled it from a little bit and put it in VR, and no motion controls, some of your favorite games, would it be a new experience? Yeah, kind of. And if it's only like an update for like $15-20, would I pay for it? Yeah, I would. Example would probably be Uncharted. Uncharted 2, the entire series, where Nathan Drake is like jumping from these pyramids and tall buildings and stuff. If I can have that in VR, and plus Uncharted is in third person, that's already good enough for me. And if I would say first person, let's say maybe Dying Light, or maybe even Far Cry, would that be give it a new experience? Yeah, it would. It would be a hell of a lot bigger, like a new experience than say just a remake, which is just updated graphics or a remaster or whatever. But that's my opinion. And so this is the one I'm gonna try and maybe retry. And then there's this one. There's a couple more I want to show you guys. Game Jolt, Store, FNAF, VR, best. I think this one was kind of a FNAF game, even though it's not exactly FNAF. Because if you look at this, that's kind of FNAF-like, right?
Oh yeah, Polar Dread.
Oh, I've seen this before.
I actually played it myself. It's pretty scary.
Yeah. If you play this, if you play this on 2D regular monitor, is it that bad? No. If it's in VR, well, you guys tell me. Yeah, it is scary, right? So I wanted to play that. And then there is Return to Bloody Night. And they're making a VR version of it. Oh, okay, Return. Riptide, that's the one. And they're making this coming soon, 2025. Although I take this with a grain of salt. You know how it is with these Game Jolt games. It's out of passion. Don't do it for a profit. So it could be delayed for like 3-5 years, and I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see what other games they have. I know they have other games. Riptide. This one, I tried this one as well. For some reason, this one does not work at all. Only Dako, I believe, played it. But this does look pretty scary. I played the desktop version of this and I beat it. Yeah. Baby's Nightmare Circus, but in VR. I want to try this so bad, but when I loaded it, it didn't crash, but it wanted me to like input some password or something, and I didn't understand it, so it didn't work. So slowly but surely, these are the new revolutions. Because as much as I love these FNAF fan games, I am starting to get like, okay, I've seen this before. It's just the same thing, but with a little bit of gimmick, which is fine. I have no right to complain. Ugh. But I need something a little bit more. But imagine imagine all those games that I played before. A Shadow over Freddy's in VR. That is crazy scary for me. Or the one that I was able to crack, which is not Return to Bloody Night. What was that one? Those Nights at Fredbear's, the free roaming one. That one is scary. And of course, Joy of Creation. In VR, would I pay for it? Yes, I would. I paid $60 for it because that's how much it brings. Like, oh my, be able to play that, the living room, all that other stuff, just in VR. I would love to have it. Just put it on as a visual update. So, damn. Otherwise, my VR headset is just sitting here collecting dust. And no, I do not use it to watch adult entertainment. Okay, I do not use it. Anyone here has any experience?
Horror game.
Any VR horror games?
Yeah, I know this one called Hello Puppets. Here, let me post the trailer in the video game stuff channel on the Discord.
Oh, I know. I know that game.
This one?
I heard that. When I heard that name, I remember.
Yes,
I was trying to remember. Like, I heard that before, and it sounded like.
And it looks like it's mostly positive reviews, which is actually pretty good for a VR game. Thing is that, yeah, the thing with VR is that, in my opinion, even though it's probably wonky, it's part of the charm. If you know what I mean, right? It's part of the charm. It makes good content, and you can kind of just laugh it off a bit. So I don't mind it. And then if I go to Steam, or actually just let me pull up Steam right here. My Steam, yeah. Let's see. That's why I was honestly a little bit surprised that Steel Wool did not do a Security Breach VR. It would have been a pretty easy cash grab, and if they charged $20 for it, yeah, I probably would have played it. I would have bought it. Let's see, what else?
And Hello Puppets also has a sequel that's a desktop game called Hello Puppets Midnight Show. It's a prequel game.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, there's 2 games in the series. The first one is VR, the second one is desktop.
Huh. Well, I played Help Wanted 1 and 2 all in VR, right? And then I went back and played a couple of levels on desktop. Totally different experience. The desktop is a lot more responsive and a lot easier to beat, but it takes away what makes the game fun, if you know what I mean. And that's why I don't really want to play Secrets of the Mimic right now. I don't think it's really worth it. I don't have a problem with the price though.
Wait.
Yeah?
You're gonna wait for it.
Yes. Because look, Secrets of the Mimic VR release date. I specifically looked up to this. So, says the VR version will not be available on the initial release date. While the game launches for PS5, Steam, Epic Store on June 13, VR support will be added later, according to Upload VR. Steel Wool Studio has confirmed that VR will be available soon after the standard release. There you go. And if that's the case, I'd rather wait. I'm not in that big of a hurry. I'd rather get the first experience. If VR is the best way to experience these games, I have no problem waiting for it. If I play as, and I've already played it, then it kind of takes away some of the surprises and the gimmicks away. Wouldn't you agree? So yeah.
And also, after like seeing the game, I think it's like I think it would go really well in VR. Like I think it's one of the best games in the series to
The Mimic?
turn into a VR experience.
Mimic? Secrets of the Mimic you're talking about?
Yeah, Secrets of the Mimic.
I've never downloaded these, okay? I've never downloaded these games. Never, never, never. It's not in my library. Just putting it out there. I'm just letting you know.
The hell?
I'm just saying, I've never done it. I wanted to play this, but mixed reviews is kind of like bad on Steam. I'm very wary of that. And plus, it's $40. So, yeah, I'm gonna probably wait for this to go down to like $15 eventually. Let's see. All of these games.
The image.
Huh? Oof.
I
look at these
posted a bit
reviews.
of art and a funny image I found.
Really?
Kinda funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's you, Deflect. I didn't even see you there. That's you. Damn, my bad. I didn't check on everyone's. You know, I did.
good.
What all of your screen names are different on YouTube and compared to here, so don't blame me for it. Fan art.
Yeah.
There you go. Is that it?
Yeah.
Wario and Luigi. Okay, so I counted it. It's about 5 to 6
Wario
seconds
and Toad.
delayed. 5 to 6 seconds delay. That's the best I can do, guys.
It's less than normal.
Yeah. That's the best I can do. Demon
I
Bowser,
also have
I
a
assume?
spoiler image because it.
That's the final boss?
No, it's Bourgeois.
I see. Okay. Very cool.
I spoiled it because it is spoilers for one of the
See, I
games
like the
will
environment
suggest.
here. See, I like the environment. I just want it in VR. As a developer, I assume that
You see
VR is
Waluigi
very
in the
hard.
back?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I see him right here. It's right here.
Yeah. With VR, you have to use like 3D. You can't just use like Click Team or you have to use 3D.
Well, I have a question then. Can't you just like take whatever you have right now, the game itself, and just make it? Because you got to kind of curve it, the visual effects. Does that make sense? It's like a 180 degrees visual effect. Do you have to like make the image curved or something all the way up and down? I don't know if I.
Yes, but with my engine, I can't.
Okay, so in other words, it's still too early because it requires a lot of. It probably needs some AI assistant and a very powerful GPU to run it, to even do it, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I don't know.
So we are still in the infant stage. Right now, VR is still very, very new and not very friendly as of right now. But I believe maybe in about 5-10 years, I think VR will do very, very well, and we no longer have to. It's gonna be part of the experience now. It's gonna. I still remember people are weirded out by earbuds like these, because when Apple first came out with like the Apple headphones or something like that, or earbuds, they looked wonky and ridiculous as hell. But now everyone has it. So, never know. Technologies are moving really, really, really fast. And I'm only like 34 years old, and I remember what it was like around 8 when I was 8. From then to now, in just around 30 less than 30 years. Give it 10, 20 years, and I can promise you we're gonna see something incredible. Except right now, all we have a bunch of slop, which is AI crap. Anyways, anyone still hasn't got their Nintendo Switch 2 yet? I heard it's not doing so well.
Hey. I am not ordering one on port.
You're not?
Not port.
It's not worth it, from what I can tell. And I saw Maximilian dude play King of Fighters or one of his fighting games on the Switch 2. And I was like, okay, this is something I like to see, which is the online capability. Oh my god, it's so laggy. It's like half a second lag with every input of your controller. That is unplayable for online competitive games. So that was the one thing that I would love to. That was the one thing that I wanted Nintendo to improve upon, online capability. Turns out all they added was probably voice chat, which we don't even need because we have Discord. So what was even the point anyway? And if you want to play old Nintendo games with a higher resolution and a higher frame rate, you still gotta pay for it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. No new Smash, no new Zelda, no new Mario. Well, except for Donkey Kong, but that's not enough for me. So I say it's not worth my money at all. And I'm glad that I did not pre-order or even have it. I never even attempted it. Not to mention those games are like 70, 80 bucks. So save your money for it. It's just not worth it right now. And I'm severely, severely disappointed in it. Because I was hoping in the back of my head that I would be wrong. If you can give me like almost seamless, fighting game for Smash, I go back to it. But they couldn't even give me that. Go ahead. Don't mean to keep interrupting you guys.
No, I almost interrupted you. I'm sorry. I was trying to up. Can I speak? I'm trying to figure out which channel to put this image into because I don't know whether or not this channel is good enough. But
are you talking about the Discord? Well, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do not know who this is. I think she was Red in FNAF 3 during the bathroom section, right?
FNAF 3, yeah. Yeah, FNAF 3. Fun fact, both the new characters in that game, Ashley and Yoshi, they only appear in 2 rooms.
Right. By the way, FNAF 3 is, Wario 3 is still probably my favorite because of the variety that it has. And then Origins, unfortunately, was not my favorite. And then the last one with the remote, I think it was 4, right? I'm not exactly sure what to say because I've only played the remote section. I have not gone to week 2. I do not know the gameplay for that one. Huh? It's still the remote?
Week 2 still has the remote and all that. Yeah, it still has the remote, but it adds a little twist to that.
I mean, you added a lot more twist to it.
There.
I say I probably prefer over Origins because the gameplay is a little bit more intuitive. And also the fact that it actually gave me some instructions. Where the Origins did not give me anything. That one made me going crazy. Yeah. The Luigi one really effed me over for a long time. And then for 4, the only thing that was very new to me was, or rather 2 things. One is the being able to go up the windowed section. And then this game cannot be played full screen because of course, one of the mechanics requires you to go up and click the file option and then deal with that, right? That was very new to me. That was kind of cool. I did not feel that Waluigi's mechanic in Night File was fair because you literally have half a second to react to him. Either turn off the camera or turn into a channel. And unless your cursor is right by the remote, most likely you're gonna die. And I only got through it because I got lucky. So, I did not enjoy that part. And then finally, you got the one that threw me off the most is what, thankfully, you were there to tell me. Which is that Wario actually takes quite a bit of time to get rid of. Or he gives you a lot of time to get rid of him. Excuse me. So, I've never experienced that before. That was something new.
It's not just a press button and he's gone instantly. You have to wait a bit.
Yeah, but you've ever seen a FNAF where, hey, you need to get rid of him now, but instead he's on like 3 or 4 channels and he's actually allowing you to get rid of, flash him for a few seconds, recharge, go to another channel, flash him, recharge, and it keeps going and going and going. That threw me for a loop. That was weird. So, thank you for I guess thanks for that was the twist though. So I only have
Not a
4, week 2 to go, and then what's the last one? I think this is the last one, right?
5 shows at Wario's.
Yeah, but by the way, there is a secret thing between all the games for 4 shows, so I would recommend finishing that before you move on to shows.
All right, so let's see. Games to stream, and then series. This is what you recommended. So I gotta finish week 2 for Final 4, and then 5 shows at Wario's, and this is the last one. And then afterwards, you want me to watch the full story of the Finance at Wario's. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just a question: have you gotten the good ending yet in Final 3?
I have not. I'm assuming I'm supposed to
Okay.
collect all the music boxes.
Yes, you're supposed to collect all the music box pieces, go to the cellar, and then play, and then boom.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like I
pretty
said,
easy.
all the music box pieces are on the bathroom route, which is kind of unlucky.
So did I pick the harder route? Because obviously
I
the
think
bathroom
so.
was easier. The bathroom was far easier than the kitchen. And then the hallway, would you say was one of the worst ones or one of the hardest ones? I picked that one out of
It's
like
one of the hardest
most.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, in all-out mode, where you have to beat every single room with everything at the highest difficulty, hallway's probably one of the hardest ones you're gonna have to do.
But I did beat it on the hardest difficulty, didn't I?
No, you beat it on normal difficulty, so you kind of
No. No, I beat it on hard. I went hardcore mode in the very beginning.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I literally when I started the
patch mode.
game, it was hard mode in the beginning. So everything except for the first level was, pretty difficult. So
All-out mode is different than hard mode. All-out mode's obviously harder,
I
but since you did hard mode, you should be able to get an easier grasp on all-out mode.
I see. I still have never played the stairs one, and there's a second
Staircase
bedroom
is
that I
kinda
never.
easy.
All right, then the second bedroom, I never been in there, and then there's a second kitchen.
Only one threat.
Okay. The hardest one
only
for
one
me
threat,
is
so-
undoubtedly the attic, which is bullshit. Okay, the camera
really?
control. Yeah, the damn camera control. Because you gotta look left and right. There's no in between, and then it's a little bit on the RNG side for me. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit RNG.
I had
Sometimes Waluigi appears and he almost instantly kills you.
pretty
Other
much.
times Wario and Luigi just can not
Yep.
appear and then they just kill you for no reason.
And also
So yeah,
the
there's a bit of RNG, but
sometimes he doesn't even appear. Like Waluigi doesn't even appear on the camera. He still kills me. That pissed me off so much.
I think what's
Oh.
happening there is that he's appearing right after you put the camera down, so he's not appearing, and thus,
Yeah. Usually I separated his counter to like 3, as in like usually there's a footsteps. So as soon as you hear the footsteps, bring up the camera, and then you bring it up again during the middle of the footsteps, and then you bring it up one more time at near the end of the footsteps. That's how I was able to beat it. But you also have to get lucky with Luigi and Wario, and then that camera, because you gotta. I stick to the right side
Camera
because
charge.
obvious. Yeah, you gotta charge the camera constantly. I was like, okay, then that means that you gotta be on the right side more than the left side, and it's just tedious work. But hallway wasn't actually as bad as I thought once I figured out the strategy. The laundry was a little bit. Uh-huh.
The worst case scenario in hallway is when two of the characters attack at the same time. Like that's absolute worst case scenario.
But that's an unwinnable
Basically
case.
No, it's winnable, but it's definitely like either luck based or you have to be like paying attention.
I
Because
figure out that
whoever
the
attacks
game
first-
shouldn't. If they both attack you at the same time, then that's not fair. But then you'll just have to. If you hear sound on both, like 2 ends, you kind of have to just guess which one goes first. I think. Which
Yeah,
that's
Mario does have
annoying.
another way of letting you know when he's. Sorry for talking over you, but Mario does have another way of of like letting you know you need to close the door. So instead of just playing the sound in bedroom, he'll actually enter your room for a little bit and then slide out. And that basically means you need to close that door this instantly.
I don't mind a little bit RNG here and there, but those are the kind of RNG that I think is just absolutely unfair. But I guess that's part of the charm, you know? That's part of the charm of FNAF. So
yeah,
let me see what this last one is. Huh.
Show, I'd say like 2-3 hours, probably more amounts of content. So
This doesn't look too
you're
bad.
gonna have your work cut out for you.
This one's the longest? What?
It's the longest, no doubt. It's the biggest of the series.
You said there's like 16 nights or something, right?
That's for my game again. You're mixing up my game with the official series.
Gotcha. So this one is the longest. Is it like
this is
4 weeks and each week has like 5 nights or something?
You will see. You will see.
I'm only doing it because, well, you asked me, and I promise, and also I want to keep, keep some shred of self-respect, and want to keep my crown as the master of FNAF. King still belongs to Mark, but I believe I'm a pretty decent player at these kind of games.
Good.
Yeah, being able to, hey, give me another streamer that actually beats these games like blind in one stream. I don't know anyone. I know Ryan, those guys play it, but they do it off stream. So maybe they have help. I don't know. I don't want to call them out on there. But at least I do it purely blind, and you can see how much mistakes I've made. So I should be at least considered in the A tier.
Just to let you know, by the way, you will need to beat the original FNAF 1 because Deluxe is not compatible with the other original games. So,
but I played this already.
You played the Deluxe version. You haven't played the original.
I did?
You played the Deluxe.
I'm pretty sure I played this. It was updated 9 months ago, and this one was rather easy.
You played the Deluxe.
All right.
It's the original FNAF 1 is different from FNAF Deluxe.
Shit.
And you will have to beat that first before you go to before you start going to shows.
The shows? All right.
Yeah, before you start going to shows.
So that means I gotta play FNAF week 2. So FNAF 4 week 2, and then go back to this one, the original, and then play 5 shows, and then the full story.
Don't play shows yet. Don't play shows after, because there's an entire cross-game quest bullshit.
Oh, geez, thanks.
Sorry, mate.
Oh man, what have I got myself into?
Jeez. You got your work cut out for you.
Well, I don't mind it, but just having 2 nights a week is like, well, that's gonna like drag it on a little bit. So maybe this week I'll start playing around Wednesday or Thursday, so that I can give myself a little bit extra tries, a little bit extra time to actually go through this. Because if I was like let's say on Friday I played week 2, I beat it in like 1.5 hours, then that's like, well, you know, that was a pretty short one. And I want to finish it, and this will be the last time, guys, that you guys can recommend me an entire series. Okay, no more recommending me an entire series. That's too much. Because after this, I think I am pretty much done with maybe 90% of all the FNAF fan games, spin-offs included. I did Candies, I did Jollies, I think I did everything. What else can I do? There's nothing else. Tyke and Sons Lumber Company, I did that. I did everything I could possible. So
have you checked out the Pop Goes games? I'm assuming you have.
I have not seen Pop Goes in a century.
Oh, I've seen this. I don't think I play the fan games though. I don't even know what they are. There was a game that they developed and they sold it, or excuse me, they sold it on Steam. That wasn't even a horror game. That was the one where they're like baking a. It was like one of those games that looks like on a Nintendo DS or a Game Boy Advance, and I didn't even realize that was a horror game. I paid for it. It's in my library, I think. Let me see.
Yeah, I remember you playing it on stream.
So
I am sorry for making you have to play this.
Look, don't be sorry. I'm the one who accepted the challenge, and I'm just keep playing it because I gotta keep myself as a. I still have my pride as a video game player. You know, as a gamer.
Fun with shows.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm up to the challenge. It's fine. If you recommend me a game that's complete BS and is just hard for the sake of being hard, then of course I'm not gonna. I'm just like, yo, I don't like this game. Bye bye. That's it. Hey, Half Eye is here.
So yeah.
Yo, Half. What's up? Half, we're chatting and just we're just chilling and just chatting. I've finished cooking my dinner, and now we're just hanging in Discord right now. You know, chatting with everyone. It's fun. Feel free to join. And everyone is what is it? Pop Goes. That's right. Pop Goes. Oh, that's right. I refunded it because I beat it in less than an hour. That's right. Pop Goes. I refunded it. Yeah. I refunded it because I did not think it was a scary game. I thought it was a scary game, but the only thing scary was the pictures that I showed, which is the ending. Something about opening a box, and I think there was like there was like maybe a potentially a corpse in the chest or something. Spoiler alert, by the way. And that was it. I was so pissed off. I was like, what kind of game is this? Is it supposed to be a horror game or not? Even though I had the horror tag in there, so I returned it. The gameplay was kind of like Pizzeria Simulator, which is like, hey, which is making food or something. I don't remember. Here, Pop Goes. It was this one, $5. That's right. Yeah. So this is the ending where you find out what's in there. They don't really show you, but it's implied there could be a corpse. I barely remember this game. Oh, here's the ending, I guess. You got Bonnie, you got Chica, and I guess there was like some kind of Easter eggs or something. But the gameplay is just purely, hey, this thing is going down. Click this button. This thing needs help. Press the fire button. That's it. To me, this is like a phone game. Havis is asking me, do I know did I know Iran declared war with the US? They did? What? I thought it was just with Israel. Here, hold on. Oh boy, politics, my favy. Iran.
With Squarespace, you can do more than just build a website. You can build a business.
Okay.
Planners and interior designers,
A declaration of war with Israel. I know that.
Consultants and photographers create invoices
Okay.
to collect your well-earned payments.
No.
Make sure it looks just how you
It's
want.
just war with Israel,
Done.
not necessarily with us.
Squarespace makes
So
awesome
for those of you who are in,
Get started with
you
offer
know,
code Make It Real for 10%.
in the U.S., then I say it's okay. And it should be okay. We don't want to involve ourselves in another war. I almost got dragged into the. You guys didn't know this, but I was almost deployed to Afghanistan, and I partially tore my Achilles, literally a week before being deployed. I was playing basketball, so I have a very messed up left foot and a fucked up right foot right now. So I don't know if that was a curse or a blessing, because right after that was when I got into real estate, and I did well. But my state of mind during that time, being kicked out of college and about to go into Afghanistan, I was in the reserve, so it was only for maybe about a year. I believe only 2 members were Unfortunately, 2 of them did not make it back. I did not know them personally. It was from a big giant battalion. Due to IED. If you don't know what that is, it's basically booby traps. But they say they absolutely hated it because of the mountains and sleeping in tents and stuff. I was with the unit. Our unit was basically engineers. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically we go in there and clear roads. Okay, we clear the roads, preparing for constructions. So we were there before anything is built. If you guys are like nurses or anything in the army, by the time you get there, you guys would already have like a hospital, offices, a McDonald's, a Burger King. We did not have that. We are there before the infantries. Just letting you know. Half-Eye is saying United States is going to join in. That's not what I heard, or at least from the headlines. And it's that Trump declares war on the Arab nation. Oh shit. What? Okay, he leaves G7 summit early. Has tension and... Okay, evacuate Tehran. Wow. I don't know if we're gonna join in, as in like we're gonna send in troops. I really doubt that. Yeah, I don't mind, Adrian. You just have to tell me how to do it, if I knew how to screen share. Huh. Basically, Iran and Israel is going to declare war on each other, blah, blah, blah. And then we probably will side with Israel because we're the US. And then, but I don't think Trump will send troops there, though. I don't think so. And they're nowhere near as big of a threat as, say, China or Russia. Because Iran is not like a super developed country. At least I don't think so. Oh, God, another war. We might be living in historic times, guys, but does anyone really want to live through historic times? I don't. If they declare war on my country, China, I wouldn't know how to feel. My loyalty obviously will stay with the United States, but I would be... I wouldn't know. I don't know about like being like putting boots on the ground and then striking my own. I guess you can my old people who are the same as me. I don't know about that. That said, I still support. I will defend the United States. Doesn't Russia support Iran? Not exactly a political commentator, Half-Eye. I'm not a Hassan or Asmongold. These things don't really fall into my line of knowledge. I don't have any Jewish friends, so I don't know the Jewish side. I don't have any friends who are Palestinian, so I don't have any knowledge on that part. I can barely tell you the difference between a Protestant and a Catholic. Barely. Except that Catholic is like an older version of the Christ, something like that. I don't even know what that means. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I know Half-Eye wants me to talk about this stuff, but I can only give you what little knowledge I know. This is not exactly fun. I don't want to get into a war. I don't want people to die. And I do not know the politics behind these two nations. And I certainly just don't want everyone to I don't know. That said, I just don't think we are going to be sending troops there. That is a no. And then, but would we be funding it? It's a toss-up. I hope not. Need to turn on my camera for Discord because I did it on WhatsApp. Well, here it is. Hang out. I'm almost sure. Is this you, Adrian? And then, of course, Seabass is back. Welcome. Sorry, buddy. You're not going to jump scare me tonight because we are doing just chatting. Right now, it's a little bit quiet because we were literally just talking about video games And then, of course, people had to ask me about politics. Shit, I still have not watched that. I can't watch. I still have to watch it. I've not watched it. I did promise, but I will. I promise, Seabass. Just as I promised, after Five Nights at Warriors, I will play, Terraria. I did promise you too much. I wouldn't watch it now. The stream has gone on for an hour and a half. I'd rather watch it when it's fresh. Why can't the government just 1v1 in the boxing ring? Well, if that's the case, the thing with politics is that you don't fight the battles yourself. Politicians don't fight battles. They don't fight wars. Men do. It's where old men decide what to do, and then the young people suffers for it. Unfortunately, it's 3 minutes long. I'm pretty sure that you said that it's like a Sukuna versus Perfect. This one? Devious Artemis. Alright. As promised. I'm sure if you guys, most of you here will know who Cell is, right? I'm sure if you guys know who who Cell is. I do not know Sukuna because I have not watched Jujutsu Kaisen before. I heard it's still an ongoing series, and I heard it's like the modern Dragon Ball Z, and I heard it's very good. But I will wait for it. Adrian says, well, that's a problem because how screen share without showing your face? Well, I can't help you. If you don't want to show your face, I can't help you, man. What's up? Who's talking? Discord?
Oh,
Ned?
Yeah. Are you familiar with a analog horror series called Harmony and Horror? It's very inspired by FNAF.
This one? Harmony and Horror?
Yes, it's a fairly popular series, still going actually, and it's pretty dark, but also very well produced. I've made a lot of art for it, or of the characters. There's a lot of lore and story.
It's not a game?
Again, oh, what?
It's not a game, is it?
No, it's a analog horror series on YouTube.
Oh, it's like a show thing, right? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well,
It's
let me get back to it because I did promise Seabass I would watch the Perfect Cell versus Ryomen Sukuna first.
yeah, okay, that's cool.
All right, it's only 2 minutes long anyway. I assume if it's 2 minutes, well, first of all, the art this is pretty cool. Death battle style, and I don't know, Cell is pretty strong. So this Ryomen guy better have some shticks up his ass because otherwise Cell is gonna cook him. I must say, Cell is one of my favorite. Is probably my favorite antagonist in Dragon Ball Z. So far, pretty nice animation. Oh!
Remember what I said the other day?
This has gotta be a freaking meme thing. I thought it was gonna be serious, but by the looks of this is gonna be a meme.
Do we now have a Patreon? No, the other thing.
Yeah.
That we're homeless and need help on Patreon.
Very
No? The other thing?
interesting
What, that I have no riz?
visuals.
That's true, but these guys hit 50K on the Gojo video, which means no. We're setting everything on fire! Yay! Fuck!
I think the words you are looking for are yes. Finally, an opponent worthy of my time.
Okay, who the hell is this and why is he half naked? Cell, meet Sukuna, an ancient demon who's possessed the body of a teenage boy. Okay, is that supposed to be like some kind of impressive feat, having no shirt and pink hair?
It's shonen,
Newsflash,
Cell.
kid. We already have a pink-haired sociopath, and he's British.
The power of the British.
This is a parody, isn't it?
Something to behold. But can the British do this?
Wait, you were serious about setting everything on fire?
Oh shit.
Are you winning, buddy?
You know, I like it better when things.
Whoa! You can't just do Cell dirty like that.
What, is that like a gang?
Last I checked, Cell is not exactly... What? What?
Haven't you figured it out yet?
What?
Domain expansion. Swamp of Serenity.
Huh?
What?
Stand proud, Sukuna.
This is a parody. I don't have to take it seriously then. Alright. Pretty cool little video. Unfortunately, I lack any sort of knowledge when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen, so I do not know any of the lores. I thought it was going to be a fight! But you guys, this guy did Cell dirty, okay? Cell is the sexiest anime villain in Dragon Ball Z. You did him dirty, okay? Anyways. Good video, though. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Back to Ned's, what is it? Harmony and Whore. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. What is this? Is there like a synopsis?
Oh, are you looking for a lore video?
Well, I don't want to ruin it. I just want to know what it's about.
Oh, okay. So, it's a analog horror series, if you ever heard of those. Basically, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's a type of horror video using the visuals of old technology, like old VHS tapes. And there's typically like a bunch of lore and story.
Huh.
Especially in something like this.
I mean... It reminds me of those horror movies like Chucky's or something. Especially with the eyes and the mouth.
Not that far off.
Huh. I mean, yeah, they're creepy, but I gotta know a little bit more about them.
Yeah, of course.
This is cartoonish, haha, kids kind of horror. It's not as, super dark. At least from what I've seen.
It's very dark.
Okay.
It is very dark.
Alright. Huh. Interesting. Darker than FNAF, I think, right? Alright.
Yeah, I think you can definitely say that.
Harmony and Whore. Okay.
Yeah, like...
Season 1? There's 24 videos. Alright, let me see what this is about.
Yeah. Again, it's a analog horror series, so there's a lot of short videos in there.
I did not know what an analog horror series means. What does that mean? Is that a game or a show?
It can really be applied to anything. There are, those games that look like they have that very low poly Mario 64 art style. That can be classified as analog horror. But it doesn't have to be that. It varies a lot.
I see. Huh.
Again, it's using old types of technology to tell a spooky story.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there are classic 16-bit horror games. Right? I mean, you got these. Sure. These are scary. I still have not got my account back, have I? Sorry. Whew. By the way, are there any VR Roblox games? Just curious.
I've never seen that. I don't really know. But yeah, analog horror can vary a lot. It can be a game, or it can be a series like Harmony and Horror. And typically the format for something like Harmony and Horror is it'll like different visuals. Like it could be security camera footage, and then that can cut to like an old commercial, and it's all telling some kind of story.
I see. Huh. Okay. All right. Well, then I gotta. Maybe I should dust off my VR. I actually did dust it off for Five Nights at Freddy's, and then I realized like, oh, the VR set is not ready for it. Fuck. Ah, man. Well, then I don't. So this is where I watch it, right? On Baddington's channel.
Yeah, that is the creator of the series.
Latest 4 weeks ago. Okay.
And yeah, I would start with season 1, episode 1.
All right, season 2 or season 1.
That's not a actual part of the series. Just press the, or yeah, just search up season 1 and you should, or yeah, that works too. But yeah, the series is kind of slow at first, but it definitely picks up, I think.
Woody didn't have a friend in him. That's hilarious. Let's see. I like how these don't resort to only cheap jump scares, but have that build up and anxiety built into it. It makes them much better. I love VHS horror. Okay, you could have just said VHS horror. Gives me a feeling like you shouldn't be watching whatever the hell it is just found. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not good speaking at all.
No,
I'm not good at.
I don't blame you for not knowing what VHS is. I mean, I remember this.
I know what it is. I'm not very good at explaining things on the spot. That's the thing.
Ah, no worries then. All right. Don't know the context. Really uncomfortable. All right, I'll give it a watch for right now. Let's watch this one, episode 1. Then I was trying to pull off his arm. You pulled off his arm. Okay, I can barely hear anything because of the static. The static is really loud, and I can barely hear what they're saying. I have to read this, the captions. Yeah, I pulled off his arm like on the TV. Well, did you break it? I don't know. I don't know what you did wrong. I don't know. He won't stop crying. So this is a toy, and some girl or kid, some little girl or little boy, like in order to shut the doll up, broke his arm, tore it off.
No, like this specific toy character is like advertised. Like you can take it apart and put it back together. So that's what the child did.
Huh. Okay, I am a little bit unnerved if I'm looking at this. Okay, 1986. In the morning. August 11. Well, obviously I'm not playing, so... Huh.
I really like the 3D approach to this. You actually don't really see that many 3D animated analog horrors. So it's
this would be creepy. Okay, I don't know the lore, but why is someone flashing these dolls in the middle of the night? Right
like
before
a
dawn.
Security guard.
Yeah, who the hell want to break into these creepy ass doll house? And why does he have the lights off? You know, security guards wants to... Ooh. You security guards don't turn off the lights, guys. That's the one funny thing about FNAF. Okay. Alright, my eyes are getting a little bit jittery. Oh, I see it! I see the eyes! Hi! You're outside. Now you have one eye. You're gonna jump scare me, aren't you? Hello? Okay. Effective. effective. I really wish this was a game because the atmosphere is actually really good.
Yeah, analog horror typically does really good visually.
It's in front of you,
Because
security
it
guards.
has-
Shine the light on him. She's getting up. She's right in front of you.
And
Oh God.
like I think the visuals they only get better from here.
It's not as loud as I thought. The jump scare compared to. Okay. This is about 32-bit, not 16 or 8-bit.
And actually, fun fact, this was originally a FNAF fan game. It was originally going to be that.
But I
But
guess it
with,
got too
like,
dark, huh?
But yeah, the creator originally wanted to make a FNAF fan game.
Can't feel
Not
my
exactly
balls.
like this. Like, just some characters from the original concept were carried over here.
Huh. Can't feel my arms, can't feel my leg. Yeah, I only feel pain. Well, I'm sorry, you want me to smash your head in? So so you don't feel anything anymore? Hello? There's something inside me. Who is talking? The doll or someone else? Something
The
that
doll.
beat.
The toy's name is Henry, by the way. Henry the puppet doll. And they are indeed speaking.
Okay, like it wants to get out. So we got a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. He's got a split personality, right? It seems. By the look of his hair. Aye! Yeah. Okay, good jump scare. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. He did get me.
Notice the more human eyes
Do you
on
need a
that
free
jump
and
scare
easy way
screen.
to capture your gameplay?
Yeah.
Introducing Outplayed. Record anything on your
Like,
PC.
those are not the eyes of the puppet. Those are smaller and more
So-
realistic.
It's either someone put their soul into the doll, or they did some kind of like taxidermy magic and put a person inside a small doll. That's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, no comment on either of that. For now.
Pretty cool. This style I've seen it before. SCP, whatever that series is called. I still have not played it. SCP security footage or something like that, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay.
I actually feel like episode 1 is the weakest. Like,
I thought it was pretty
obviously,
good.
I still think it's great, like, atmospherically, visually, and you got a good jump scare in there. But I
It
just
did.
think the rest gets better
Huh.
than
Well, it's a
this.
long series though. Maybe we'll watch it once a day or something until I catch up. And they're not too long, only like 2 to 5 minutes long. Not bad. Yeah, this was
Yeah,
pretty
it's-
fun.
Yeah, I really like the series. It's one of my favorite pieces of horror media.
Huh. All right then. Well then, I got my work cut out for me. I don't know. What do you think, Ned? Tomorrow I can at least come back. I gotta finish Finance of Warriors. Okay, I gotta finish that entire series, and we might start doing it as early as maybe tomorrow. Even though I enjoyed cooking and talking to you guys want to see me do other things, right? Some of y'all want to see me back on Roblox or play other horror games, so we can. I'm excited to be in VR and play more horror games to where you guys can chat with me while I am playing something scary. You cool with that?
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good.
All right. So recommend me a way. Recommend a way. All right. This is actually I usually just chatting only lasts for an hour. We went to almost 2. Well, 1 hour 45 minutes. So that was a pretty good just chatting stream. Hopefully you had fun. But hey, the lag is a lot less, right, compared to the original. Ned?
I think so. I think
Does
the
it?
stream was better.
The little bit of lag is better, is good. I mean, there has to be some kind of latency, right? It's impossible to get it down to 0 seconds, but 5 seconds is acceptable, and it gives you a viewer like if I was playing a game, you are just like 5 seconds behind me. It does give you a bit of a challenge, doesn't it? Like, oh man, if he's there, and I'm just a little bit late, right before he dies. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, tomorrow, I'll let everyone know, because even though I enjoyed cooking and streaming with you guys, chatting, maybe this is like, I know you guys wanted me to play more games, and if they're affordable, then I'll do it. I did get my paycheck though, although I got to pay my bills first. Since you recommended me this, let's start watching it like every now and then when we do more chess chatting. Is that all right with you, Ned?
I like the idea. I think that sounds great.
All right, cool. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night, and thank you for coming in. All right? See ya.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.